Hey, what's up everyone? It's ECQTGV, and today we're diving into the world of agriculture, one of the oldest and most essential industries on the planet. Now, you might be thinking agriculture? That's for people with acres of land and generations of farming experience, right? Wrong. Starting an agro-based business doesn't have to require inheriting your grandparents' farm. In fact, there are tons of beginner-friendly options out there that can be both profitable and incredibly rewarding. We're talking about building real sustainable businesses, even if you're starting small. So, if you're ready to get your hands dirty, metaphorically or literally, stick around because I'm about to break down 7 agro-based business ideas that are perfect for beginners. And trust me, these aren't your average lemonade stands. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on future videos about building wealth and achieving financial freedom. Chapter 1. Dive into aquaponics, farming fish and veggies together. Let's kick things off with a business idea that's both innovative and sustainable. Aquaponics. Now if you're like, aqua what? Don't worry, I got you. Aquaponics combines aquaculture, raising fish, with hydroponics, growing plants without soil. It's a genius closed-loop system. Fish like tilapia and catfish produce waste, which naturally produces ammonia. Bacteria convert ammonia into nitrates, acting as fertilizer for your plants. Fish poop equals plant food. Plants filter and purify the water, which goes back to your fish. It's a symbiotic relationship where everyone wins. You can grow a ton of different vegetables, lettuce, tomatoes, herbs. Start small, maybe in your backyard, and scale up as you gain experience. Aquaponics is about working with nature, and that's a recipe for a successful and sustainable business. Chapter 2. Stop and smell the profits, the blooming business of flower farming. Let's be honest, who doesn't love fresh flowers? They brighten up our homes, they're the stars of weddings and events, and they make thoughtful gifts. That's why flower farming is a business that's always in bloom. Now, you don't need to be an expert florist to get started. Think about the flowers that are always in demand. Roses, lilies, sunflowers, tulips. These are all relatively easy to grow and maintain, even for beginners. If you've got a green thumb and a little bit of land, you can start cultivating your own floral empire. The key here is to start small, maybe with a few varieties that you're comfortable with, and then gradually expand your offerings as you gain experience and learn what grows best in your area. Farmers markets are a great place to sell your blooms directly to customers. Or you could even partner with local florists or event planners to supply them with fresh, locally grown flowers. And here's a bonus tip. Consider specializing in unique or exotic flowers. Think orchids, proteas, or even edible flowers. These niche offerings can command higher prices and set you apart from the competition. Remember, presentation is everything in the flower business. Invest in some nice packaging or create beautiful bouquets to really make your flowers stand out. Chapter 3. Quail crazy small birds, big profits. All right, let's move on to a feathered friend that's quickly becoming a favorite among beginner farmers, quails. Now, you might be thinking, quails? What's so special about them? Well, for starters, they're incredibly low maintenance. These little birds are hardy, they don't need a ton of space, and they reproduce like crazy. Seriously, they start laying eggs when they're just 6 to 8 weeks old. Compared to chickens, quails are like the tiny house movement of poultry farming. They take up less space, eat less food, and still deliver the goods. Speaking of goods, quail eggs are where it's at. They're considered a delicacy in many cultures, and they're packed with nutrients. We're talking more protein, vitamins, and minerals than chicken eggs. Plus, they're just plain adorable, like tiny little speckled jewels. Now let's talk business. You can sell quail eggs fresh, pickled, or even use them to make high-end baked goods. And don't forget about the meat. Quail meat is lean, flavorful, and in high demand at restaurants and specialty food stores. Starting a quail farm doesn't require a huge investment. You'll need some basic coops, feeders, and of course, your first batch of chicks. But once you're up and running, you'll be amazed at how quickly these little birds can turn a profit. Chapter 4. Becoming an entrepreneur, the buzz on beekeeping. Let's talk about a business idea that's not only profitable, but also incredibly important for our environment, beekeeping. Now, I know what you're thinking, bees. Aren't they, kind of scary? Listen, I get it, but trust me, bees are crucial for our ecosystem, and they can be incredibly rewarding to work with. Plus, they produce some pretty amazing products. Honey, beeswax, propolis, royal jelly, these are all in high demand and can be sold at a premium price. Think about it. People are willing to pay top dollar for raw, local honey, and you can be the one supplying it. Now let's talk startup costs. You'll need to invest in some beehives, protective gear, and of course, your first colony of bees. But here's the thing. Once you've got your setup, the bees do most of the work. They're like little buzzing entrepreneurs out there collecting nectar and pollen, turning it into liquid gold. You'll need to learn the basics of beekeeping, like how to inspect your hives, harvest honey, and keep your bees healthy. But there are tons of resources available to help you, from online courses to local beekeeping associations. And the best part? You'll be contributing to the health of our planet by supporting pollinators. It's a win-win situation. Chapter 5, From Garden to Table, the growing business of organic vegetables. Let's be real, there's nothing quite like biting into a juicy tomato or a crisp cucumber that you grew yourself. With demand for organic produce skyrocketing, it's a great time to turn your gardening hobby into a business. You don't need acres of land to get started. Even a small backyard garden can produce a surprising amount of food. Focus on vegetables always in demand. Tomatoes, lettuce, zucchini, peppers. Carrots are also easy to grow and maintain. The key is quality over quantity. People pay a premium for produce free of harmful pesticides. Use organic fertilizers and practice crop rotation. Farmers markets are great for selling directly to customers, or partner with local restaurants and grocery stores. Consider joining a community-supported agriculture (CSA) program. Pre-sell your harvest to committed customers. It's a great way to guarantee a market and build a loyal customer base. Chapter 6. Mushroom Magic, Growing Gourmet Delights in Unexpected Places. All right, let's dive into a business idea that's a little unconventional but full of potential: mushroom cultivation. Now I know what you're thinking, mushrooms. Don't those grow in dark, damp places? Well, yeah, they do. And that's what makes them so cool to cultivate. You don't need a ton of space or sunlight to grow mushrooms, which makes them perfect for urban farmers or anyone with limited outdoor space. You can literally grow them in your basement, garage, or even a spare closet. Now, there are tons of different mushroom varieties out there, but some of the easiest and most popular for beginners include oyster mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and lion's mane mushrooms. These gourmet varieties are in high demand at restaurants and farmers markets, and they can be sold fresh, dried, or even turned into value-added products like mushroom powders or tinctures. One of the coolest things about mushroom cultivation is that it's incredibly sustainable. Mushrooms can be grown on a variety of substrates, like straw, sawdust, or even coffee grounds, which would otherwise end up in landfills. Plus, they have a relatively quick turnaround time, with some varieties ready to harvest in just a few weeks. So if you're looking for a business that's both profitable and environmentally friendly, mushroom cultivation could be the perfect fit. Chapter 7, Herb Your Enthusiasm, Turning Culinary Delights into a Growing Business. Let's talk about a business idea that's as practical as it is profitable: herb farming. Think about it. Fresh herbs are the backbone of countless cuisines, and they're in high demand year-round. We're talking basil, mint, cilantro, parsley, rosemary, thyme, the list goes on. And the best part? Herbs are incredibly easy to grow, even for beginners. You can start with a few pots on your windowsill or balcony, or if you have a bit more space, you can dedicate a small section of your garden to an herb haven. Now, here's where things get interesting. You can sell your fresh herbs directly to consumers at farmers markets, or even set up a roadside stand. But here's a pro tip. Consider drying or freezing your herbs to extend their shelf life and create additional revenue streams. Dried herbs are a pantry staple, and they can be sold in bulk or packaged in attractive jars for a more artisanal touch. You can even get creative and blend different herbs to create custom spice blends or teas. And don't forget about the power of organic. More and more consumers are looking for chemical-free options, and herbs are no exception. Growing your herbs organically can command higher prices and attract a loyal customer base that's committed to supporting sustainable and healthy practices. Cultivating your future. Which agro-business will you grow? So there you have it. 7 agro-based business ideas that prove you don't need a massive farm or years of experience to find success in the world of agriculture. From the innovative techniques of aquaponics to the simple pleasures of herb gardening, there's an opportunity out there for everyone. Remember, starting any business takes passion, dedication, and a willingness to learn. But with the right mindset and a little bit of elbow grease, you can turn your love for agriculture into a thriving and sustainable business. So what are you waiting for? It's time to get your hands dirty and start planting the seeds for a greener and more prosperous future. And hey, while you're at it, let me know in the comments which of these business ideas you're most excited to explore. Don't forget to subscribe to Global Fact Trends for more entrepreneurial insights and tips. Until next time, keep hustling and stay grounded.